Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a great day, great morning, good evening, as always. I want to do this live stream because quite a bit has happened within the past day. And of course, as always, not only just with documenting, I also do want to share what's going on, and because I have a big announcement to provide. And I'll just say it's also been an emotional roller coaster here and there as well. The biggest thing that I'll say that has been happening, I left my network marketing company. I left, or relationship marketing company I left. It's not a personal thing. It's not on bad terms. Everything's all good there. And of course, I do want to be transparent with all of you as well. And that, while it was great while it was there, it's not where my soul's calling me. And it was tough for me, I guess, because there's a fear of rejection, there's a fear of worry, what other people will think, a fear of that I failed, and that's typically not the case, you know. It's funny how the mind creates like fear, where it's like it creates this fear is completely irrational. And more often than not, people are very supportive of what I'm doing. So where is my soul calling me, you may be asking? Well, as you guys know, with my mission to transcend labels, I want to tell you guys a story. And actually is a story that literally is where my whole mission started. When I was a Boy Scout camp counselor. I worked at a Boy Scout camp during the summer. Some of you may have already heard this story, but when I was the camp counselor, it was my first year working there. I was 16 years old. I never done it before. It was my first official job. And, I just was there to help out, I stepped out of my comfort zone a lot. I was able to, just be a little bit different there, be a little bit silly, all that. A lot of it defined my mission today and defined a lot of who I am today. When I was at the camp, I had met a scout. He was 11 years old. His name was Evan, and he was very homesick. He was very homesick with his troop. His troop was very much like, oh, well, he's just a whiner. Oh, he just is like, he's just emotional. They want him to get over it. And I remember helping him out. I remember coming up to him and wondering why he was upset. And if anything, he wasn't actually homesick. He was actually saying he was worried about his parents being worried about him. And I just remember in that time frame when I helped him out, I just was helping him out. For me, in that moment, I was just doing the right thing, helping someone out, giving him a different perspective, and he felt better. And it really struck me a little bit later when a few weeks later, he actually he mailed me a letter, handwritten, photo of us in there, and he thanked me. And I didn't expect him to write a letter. I didn't expect that my little random act of kindness would have such an impact on him, but it did, to the extent that he wanted to write me a personal letter thanking me. And that was the first time I felt, you could say, gratitude, tears of gratitude. Before all the stuff I learned now about gratitude, that was the moment when I saw the letter and read it. It just touched my heart. And it reinforced that day in my mind of the capacity that I had to impact and make a difference in other people's lives. And that's what my mission about transcending labels is about now. It's about deep connections. It's something very meaningful to me. It's something very heartfelt. And it's something I'm going to continue doing. That being said, I have left my network marketing company to fully pursue a venue of life coaching, because I do want to help people. I genuinely love to help people. It lights me up when I see the impact that I can make in others, or just trusting that one little random act of kindness, one gesture, one word can make the difference to someone in their life. They may have needed to hear it then, or they may need to hear it later, but to remind someone how much that they matter as a human being, as a soul, as how we're all related to one another, that we're more alike than we like to, isolate ourselves each other from. We're so connected in many ways. So my mission to transcend labels is about that. Like, back when I helped out that child or that scout, I was diagnosed with autism at that time. I was told a lot of the times, I struggle with social skills. I have trouble communicating with people, and it completely contradicted what I did and what I was able to do with a scout and talking with him and communicating with him. And it just made me think, there's something there that is missing. And that's about my mission to transcend labels, is that you're more than a diagnosis. You are more than a label. You're more than what people are telling you who you are. You define who you are. Long term, define who you are. And whatever people say you are, you can choose to agree with it, but you can also choose to disagree with it. Look within your heart and look within your soul and be like, is that really true? Am I really not able to do this and accomplish this in my life? Or is that just someone else's fear being imposed onto me? So now that's why I'm actively pursuing life coaching. And I know it's going to be a long journey there, and I'm nervous, of course, and once again, don't have income coming in. It's not, of course, to say I'm looking for sympathy or looking for help, but to be transparent and to be honest. But I'm also ready, because for me, this is more meaningful and very heartfelt, and something that has been calling me for a while, and I've been neglecting it. I've been neglecting all my gifts that I can provide. I want to go full out now. This is not only just present this to you all, but even a declaration to myself. So I can look back on this like a year from now or 5 years from now, that I did go through with it, and that I held myself to my word. Because I do want to help people far more than I am right now. I was watching this motivational video where they talk about the pain of regret. And right now that's really driving me, the pain of regret. What if I don't do what my talents are? What if I don't share my gifts to the world? Who's going to miss out on hearing this message? Who is not going to be helped because I didn't decide to go further with it? That I didn't decide to do it now versus later? The pain of regret is driving me right now, and I'm going to do it. And for all of you watching out there as well too, you can hold me to that. I'm going to do that. So that's pretty much it, but I am going to end with this quote that just really brought me to tears today, and it resonates with me. It's by a gentleman known as George Bernard Shaw. This is a true joy in life, the being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, the being thoroughly worn out before you are thrown on the scrap heap, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish clot of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to make you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got a hold of for a moment. And I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to the future generations. So if not now, when? For me, it's now. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it. Much love. Expect to see a lot more from me in following my mission. And I hope this resonates with you at all, because I want this message to go global. I want people to know, and I can't stress enough, you are not your past. You are not your labels. You're not someone else's definition of you. You create you. You create you, not others create you. All right. As always, my name is Donald, also known as Nugget. I'm going to leave you with this final nugget. Do something today your future self will thank you for. I'll say that again. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. You guys have a fantastic day. Much love. Take care.